How's it going? All right. So today was a trip from, as I scooch around the chair, today was a trip from Toad River to the Yukon. In this case here, the Yukon is Whitehorse. We made the trip in just a little over 8 or 9 hours, something like that. I didn't exactly time it, but it was kind of like from 10-ish to 9. We took an hour for a small break, and actually got the chance to see a thing or two on the way, so it was kind of nice. All right. So this morning, when we left Toad River, the hard part of all these trips so far has been getting everyone together and getting everyone packed up and get gassed up and everybody in the car. The nice thing is Toad River has gas pumps. They had a diesel pump and a gas pump. So we got all the trucks loaded up, and when the three of them were ready, they took off and started making really good time as I'm like twitching that way, like you know the direction I'm pointing. Good grief. So they took off, and there I did it again. And we hung out and finished up getting some gas, and we took off soon afterwards. The nice thing is, on the trail over, this was like buffalo country or bison country. Buffalo is probably the wrong word, but they were all bison. And we got to see a whole bunch of them. They were just kind of like trucking along the side of the road, like, I'm sure that's not, to them, that's just normal. And we probably saw somewhere between like 45 and 60, somewhere in that kind of range, a bunch of them. But they're all just trucking along. I took a little video of it, but that's on the other camera that I'll have to try and get put together when I get home. That was pretty cool. It was a lot of fun. And when we got down the hill, we got to a little town called, where did I put it? Muncho Lake. And it must be a glacier lake because the lake was a crazy cool color of turquoise. And it was gigantic. It was one of those lakes that just goes way off into the distance. Of course, it's like snuggled in the trees and stuff like that, but a really big lake. And the lake was really cool, and all the surrounding area was pretty neat. We stopped there to I think hit the bathroom, and maybe we didn't get any gas. We're kind of comparing gas prices. Gas prices were about $1.30 a liter, which, seeing as how there's 0.26 liters per gallon, so we're looking at about 4 times whatever the price is. So at $1.30, we're looking at like $5.20 a gallon. So fairly expensive. I did run into a guy later on in town, or in a town, like Cold Creek, something along those lines. And he said that, he's like, if you got gas, just make it to the Yukon. When you get to the Yukon, gas is a lot cheaper. And he was right. Gas is about $1.10 a liter out here. Kind of nice. All the way here in Whitehorse, it's like 101 a liter. So, keeps getting cheaper. A few things on the road that I thought were interesting was there was a sign post person, the little person that turns this. Whoa. Little person that turns the sign to like slow and go. And sure enough, they stopped all of us. Like 2 motorcycles, the car in front of us, and the 2 big trucks. She stopped us for like 5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, maybe I'm exaggerating. But anyways, a stretch of time, a time that we're just sitting there. And eventually she said go, and we didn't see any work going on. And of course, she stops at the bottom of a hill. So in these big heavy trucks, these big U-Haul trucks, we're going up the hill really slow. We get all up to the top of the hill, around where I thought the trees were, and maybe there was some construction going on. Nothing at all, just kind of blank. And I was like, really? She stops all this traffic on this miscellaneous highway for no reason? Just kind of like a dare. Like, look, I bet I can stop all these people. And of course she did. It was kind of funny. It cracked me up. I just thought that was something worth note, because the next person that stopped us, again, we could kind of see some construction way up the hill. In this case here, they had a big forklift, and they were picking up gravel, tons and tons of gravel on the Alaska highway. So that's one thing. The other thing I thought was kind of funny is in Toad River, when we were leaving, there was a guy, and he had it's kind of a lot of Australians I ran into this morning, and he was in an FJ, and he pulled up into this town, and remember the town only has 2 gas pumps, diesel and gas. Well, he's like, well, is this 91 octane? And I was like, I don't know, like I would know. I'm just passing through. So he goes in and asks, and there wasn't, so he takes off, And for the rest of the morning, up until probably 2 or 3 in the afternoon, every time I come to a gas station, I'd see that same little tan FJ and the same kid looking for 91 octane gas. It's like, okay. I imagine it'll probably other gas is probably just fine. I mean, maybe it's important, but to him it seemed really important. And I was like, there's like 8 gas stations in the next 800 kilometers. So, and they're all incredibly nutty priced. But anyways, as we carried on, we finally got into the Yukon. The first big-ish kind of city that we came to is Watson Lake. And I didn't see the lake, but I did see the signpost yard or whatever. I took a video of that, and that'll be my little mini one that I was going to post here today. And that was pretty damn cool. That was worth seeing. And I roamed around there and checked out some signs, and just a bunch of signs from all over the place. If I spent more time, I'm sure I could read most of them, but they were just from all over the place. There was even a little section of Colorado, but I don't know if I got much of that in the video. But yeah, it was kind of cool. And the nice thing was across the street from it was like the cheapest gas in town, which was kind of funny because there was a gas station at the very beginning of town and a gas station at the very end of town. And as far as I could tell, those were only 2 gas stations. So yeah, that was the cheapest gas in town, as she said. And it was next to this funky, like, it was kind of like a warehouse or a garage of some sort, something like that. The first half was like a regular like quickie mart / grocery store. So they had like, a little bit more food there to get. And in the back half of it was a restaurant. And the restaurant was kind of a rough, sketchy little place, that I just peeked in and was like, all right, I'm going to buy me a bag of chips and some jerky and get on the road. So that's what we did. Got on the road and cruised down for a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty much what we did. There are big lakes along the way, big, beautiful, monstrous lakes that stretched out. Not quite like the Great Lakes. The Great Lakes that hit the horizon where they just keep on going. They look like small oceans. These things here were lakes, and they stretched out for a huge distance, but it was like in the Rockies. So, because we're at the northern end of the Rockies, so these lakes kind of stretched way out into like these, right up against like the furthest mountains I could see. The lakes went way out there. So that was pretty cool. That was totally worth seeing. I don't know if I got very many pictures of it. I tried to snap a few shots along the way, but sometimes when you're just cruising, it's a pain to stop and take a minute and enjoy the surroundings and just keep on going, because you've been on the road for, at that point, 5 or 6 hours. You'd like to spend just 2 more and get to where you're going. But yeah, so we did a lot today, and got here to Whitehorse just about 8:30 or so. And if I'd known that we were going to be staying at a hotel that was right next to like a comic shop or whatever, like a comic book and coffee and card shop, I would have tried to run over there first. But that's wonderfully nerdy. And the funny thing is, they're open from 11 to 9, so we're going to try and be out of here before 11, because where we parked the machines tonight, the meters stopped at 5 and they start back up at 9. So we're going to have to move them because they're covering 2 or 3 meters at a time. And I get the impression that this town doesn't have a lot of money, so they're looking for any kind of ticket they probably can give you. And the other thing, too, is right now the town is packed. Not so much packed like there's people everywhere. The people that are on the streets are kind of sketchy. They look somewhere between homeless, alcoholic, and drug kind of person. It's kind of sad, but all of them are like asking for money and things like that, so that's kind of a bummer. But the otherwise, all the hotels are full. At the front desk, I heard when I was trying to get the password for the Wi-Fi, there's someone trying to get a room or whatever, and they're like, "Sorry, ma'am, we're all full." And I guess all the hotels around here are full, even out like an hour and a half or so. So I'm glad we got rooms. And well, this is the room that I'm in. Nice clean bed, and got a microwave that I put my camera up on and talk a little bit, and a TV that I'm not turning on. And well, I'll light that I'm going to turn off here in just a few minutes and hit the sack, because I got another day of travel ahead of us. This day is slightly shorter. The next day is looking like 600 some kilometers instead of 8. So all right, we are heading towards Tok, Alaska. So we hit the Yukon today. We're going to drive through the Yukon tomorrow, be done with that, and well, we'll be back in the States, and well, just about over with the trip. Once we hit Tok, we have 1 more day, and we'll be in Soldotna, and well, that'll be it. It's been a fun trip, and I'm looking forward to talking to other people about this, and just sharing some stories. And there's a whole bunch of stuff I've forgotten, but I've been trying to write little notes of it down and whatnot. But all right, that's my update for today. See you later.